So finally recording another video in Niiyamäki by the sea. Beautiful, beautiful day. I've wanted to do a video for a long time. It's so nice. Just an update video, right, on the last year. So a year ago I made my last video in Niiyamäki. I was talking about the coronavirus and what I thought it would be, and moving from Niiyamäki to Athens. We did that, and then we moved back to Niiyamäki. We didn't even stay there a year. I'm pretty glad we ended up back in Niiyamäki. I mean, it's nice living in a city. There's some good things about it, but you don't come to Greece to live in a city, right? The sea and the beauty and the sunshine and the sand is what you come to Greece for. So very, very happy to be in Niiyamäki. And the big difference between now and then is I have a car. I got a car in Vula, passed my test finally. I got a Volkswagen VW Polo. Funnily enough, I was sure I would always drive an automatic. I just thought it was kind of sad to drive an automatic, you know, something for our American friends who aren't good drivers, I thought. but actually driving an automatic is much better. I'd highly recommend it to anybody, especially as a new driver, right? Because you don't have to worry about your left hand. You don't have to worry about, you know, changing gears and your clutch and all of that. It's all totally removed. All you're doing is going forwards and braking, and, you know, change. My car's got a sports mode, so change between sport and drive. But it's not the fastest car in the world. I don't know if it really should have a sports mode, but it's fun. Yeah, so that's good. Coronavirus has been a hell of a situation, like it is for everybody. Unfortunately, my fiance's father died of coronavirus in about the middle of last year, so that was really sad. Yeah, really, really sad. He was 69. He was a bit overweight, but he was fighting fit otherwise, so a real shame for that to happen. You know, the worst thing is when someone's got coronavirus and they're in hospital, you can't you can't see them, you don't know how they're doing, you don't know if they've been treated well. So, you know, whether they die of the virus or of a mistreatment or whatever, there's almost no way of knowing. So that's sad. Good news is we're having a baby, our first baby, due in May, so 3 months from now. So super excited for that. We've already started buying some stuff. Going to be a big change, but a fun change, right? Because I've been, you know, running my business, living in Greece for like 4 years now, 5 years maybe, and everything gets kind of samey. Well, not samey, but, you know, you just make money, go for walks, go on holidays in the summer, same thing over and over again. And it would be good to have a bit of a higher purpose, you know, in your day-to-day life. So I think having a baby, it'll give us a lot more to do. It's a huge project, brings a lot more love into the world, and into our world especially. So really excited for that. It's going to be very, very fun. A lot of work, of course, big change. So we'll see how that goes. Business going very, very well. You know, when coronavirus started, I got a bit worried. I thought I'd lose a lot of clients. I thought it would be the end of business, but it's the opposite, in fact. You know, my company does online marketing for other companies, and we've had just a huge influx of messages and requests and leads and, you know, project requests and stuff since it started. I guess because other companies are just taking online marketing a lot more seriously, which is very good. Very, very good. So yeah, business is good. Hired more of the team. We've got some really awesome people working for the company now, which is fun. We're able to handle a lot more clients, more complicated projects. Yeah, so on the whole, life is good. Coronavirus just doing my nutting, as they would say back home. Like today, look at this beautiful day. It's so nice. I think it's the nicest day of the year so far. It might even hit 22 degrees here in Niiyamäki. And they declared a weekend curfew at 6 p.m. So at 6 p.m. you got to be home and you can't go outside. So I'm trying to buy a treadmill for home, because I'm so used to walking at least once, 2, 3 times a day. Especially I enjoy my evening walks, and if I can't get out and get moving, you know, it's exaggerating to say like my legs cramp up or something, but I've just got all this energy in my body that I was ready to get rid of, and I'm just trapped at home, sat on a chair or something. So I really, really, really want to be able to, you know, keep walking, keep moving, running, even if it means I'm on a treadmill at home. I'm sick of these coronavirus restrictions. I don't think we should have them at all. I think we should just pretend it doesn't exist. If people get coronavirus, they get coronavirus. We can't shut down the whole world and bankrupt every country. You know, people. I'm just no doubt in my mind. People are starving in here in Greece. You know, people were poor before this coronavirus thing, and now people haven't worked in like a year almost. With very, very small amount of government money, if you get any at all. There must be people starving, dying, committing suicide because of this. And if you look at the fatalities, almost everybody who dies, unfortunately, is over the age of 70. Most people are over the average lifespan anyway, so you know, in a way they're living on borrowed time. It's obviously incredibly sad, and we want to minimize deaths, but we can't shut down the whole world for it. We can't bankrupt the country for it. Ultimately, it's the young people, the next generation, who are going to be paying off the national debt with increased taxes in the coming decades. You know, like after World War II, it took, maybe we're still paying off the debt. I think we paid off the World War I debt like 10 years ago. And the amount of debt they're taking on now is absurd, absolutely obscene. So in order for old people to feel a little bit safer, the young are going to have to live with massive taxation for the rest of their lives. And to be honest, I don't think lockdown is good for old people either. I've seen in the news about a Canadian woman who committed, assisted suicide because she said the lockdown was so bad she had to sit in a little room all day, and she expected to die in a year. You know, she was like 80 something. She expected she wouldn't live much longer, although she was healthy and happy. But as she wasn't allowed to go outside, wasn't allowed to see her family, she was like, life isn't worth living. I'd rather just be dead. So you got to ask, is lockdown actually good for the old people either? I would say no. I would say no. So I'm absolutely sick of these restrictions. And you know, imagine if World War II happened today. What would we do? Would we like close down all of London and and everybody, you know, hide and have curfews and, you know, mandated helmet wearing at all time? You know, we'd give in. We'd give in. We wouldn't last a day's bombing before. No, it's too dangerous. You know, and this isn't on the scale of anything like that. You know, it's bad. It's obviously a bad sickness going around. It's hardly the worst sickness the world has known. It's not the most infectious. It doesn't kill the most people. You know, if you get it as a healthy adult, you're almost certainly not gonna die. Although I do know some people who have got sick from it and had a very, very nasty time. So I would advocate not getting it, because it's not fun. So that's coronavirus. Summer's almost here. Feels like, but it's not. It's the middle of winter, but we got summer on the way. It feels like. I think these are called the Helicon days or something in Greece, which is where the temperature in the middle of winter, just after Christmas and New Year's, up to late February, gets really nice, and then goes back down to cold. So on this day that we can almost not enjoy because of this ridiculous curfew, we've got to get the most of it while we can. So not a whole lot much else to talk on this video. Life is good. Neomakri is nice. Greece is surviving. Baby on the way. Definitely in the family, very sad. Yeah. Like I said, I'm trying to work on my personal fitness as well. Strangely, I put on a lot of weight over the last maybe 6 months. And people would say, well, that's not surprising because the lockdown. But I've been walking a hell of a lot. I've been doing at least 2 walks a day, like 10 kilometers every day, usually quite a bit more. I'm not a big eater, to be honest. Not a big eater. Just eat to get full and then that's it, really. So the question is, you know, how did I put on all the weight? I've actually improved my diet. I don't really drink alcohol anymore, really. I think I last had a drink of alcohol when my parents were here, and that was like one day. Whereas when I was younger, you know, I used to go out every weekend, so I didn't get fat. So I've actually cut out all those calories and I'm putting on weight. I think it's from sugary drinks. I've always drank a lot of sugar my whole life. And I think it always used to just go straight through me, but maybe my body's changed or something. So instead of the sugar just not being processed and going straight out, my body's processing the sugar and turning it into fat. So I need to reduce the amount of sugar in my diet, which is easier said than done. You know, I don't have any addictions in life except maybe caffeine, but maybe I'm addicted to sugar as well, actually, because I can go without it for a while and I just get a big craving and I satisfy it with Coca-Cola or something, and it feels good, but it's not healthy. So I've got to stop the sugar ASAP. But I'm also trying to just exercise more, getting all these walks in. I'm ordering a running machine. I bought some like exercise equipment for home yesterday. So I'm getting moving, you know. I'm 30 now. When you turn 30, you know, you're not young for much longer, really. And by young, I mean like peak physical fitness opportunity. Like I'm probably past that. I think 27 is the age, but I can still be like, you know, strong and running and no like pains and aches and stuff for maybe a whole nother decade or 2 decades or even 3 decades. I used to know a guy who was 70 who swam like a champion. So I just want to get fit and spend the rest of my life fit. I'm determined not to be a fat bastard. So that's what I'm doing. It's just amazing how as you get a little bit older, the weight just jumps onto you. It's really strange. Nothing in your life really changes. If anything, you're a bit more healthier and the weight just jumps on. Which isn't fun, but right, it gives us a challenge. So anyone who watched, thank you for watching. I'm going to do more videos. I always want to do videos on libertarianism, anarcho-capitalism, the state. I've got some fun ideas I would like to share, but also not too controversial because I don't want to get in trouble. So we'll stick to theoretical ideas. Maybe I'll do a few videos on that. Like, is taxation theft? Interesting question. Should the government, you know, license certain industries and jobs? Should council tax be a thing? Does council tax make the world a worse place? I would say it definitely does. But we'll get into that on another call. So thank you everybody for watching. Bye from me in the Imacri. What a beautiful place. Have a great day. Bye. I'll turn this off.